My name is Liana, and 6 months ago, my life fell apart when I signed divorce papers with Marcus Chen, my husband of 8 years. Or, should I say, my ex-husband. The man I thought I'd grow old with walked away with almost everything, while I got the bare minimum. My lawyer said we didn't have enough proof to contest his financial claims. Liana, are you sure you want to do this? My sister Diane had asked me the day I decided to become a taxi driver. I need the money, Di, I replied, running my fingers through my newly short platinum blonde hair, a dramatic change from the long brown locks Marcus always loved. The settlement barely covers rent. I have to work. But driving a taxi? You were an accountant. Was being the key word, I said. Marcus tanked my reputation at the firm. Nobody wants to hire me now. What exactly did he tell people? Diane asked, her voice angry. That I was unstable, that I made errors in client accounts, that I couldn't be trusted with financial information, I said bitterly. None of it was true, but the damage was done. That's defamation, Liana. I can't prove it. It's all whispers and rumors. He was careful. I bought a used sedan, got my taxi permit, and started driving nights in downtown Chicago. It paid the bills, and honestly, the anonymity felt freeing. I wore oversized sunglasses, had cut and dyed my hair, lost 20 pounds from stress, and dressed completely differently. I was invisible, just another driver in a city of millions. 3 weeks into my new job, on a rainy Tuesday night, I pulled up to the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. A man in an expensive suit slid into my back seat. Take me to 842 Lakeshore Drive. My heart stopped. That voice. I'd heard it whisper, I love you, 1,000 times. Marcus. Sure thing, I said, deepening my voice slightly and keeping my eyes on the road. He didn't recognize me. Why would he? I looked nothing like the woman he'd divorced. His phone rang immediately. Hey, Vanessa, baby, he said, and I felt my stomach turn. Vanessa was his friend during our marriage, the same woman he'd moved in with 2 weeks after our divorce was finalized. No, everything's perfect, Marcus continued. The insurance company has no idea. That warehouse fire was the best thing that ever happened to us. I gripped the steering wheel tighter, my knuckles white. $500,000, Vanessa. Clean and clear. And Liana? She got nothing. My lawyers made sure of that. All those offshore accounts? Hidden perfectly. She thinks I'm struggling just like her. He laughed. Actually laughed. The fire marshal ruled it accidental. We're golden. Once we get the payout next month, we're moving to the Caymans. New life, baby. My mind raced. Insurance fraud, hidden assets, everything clicked into place. The warehouse Marcus claimed was failing during our divorce. His sudden poverty that convinced the judge to minimize my settlement. The mysterious fire 3 months ago. Yeah, I'll be home in 15, Marcus said. Love you too. I pulled up to the building, hands shaking. That'll be $18. He tossed a 20 through the partition. Keep the change. As soon as he disappeared into the building, I grabbed my phone. My taxi had a dash cam that recorded audio. I had everything. Diane, I said when my sister answered, you're not going to believe what just happened. Marcus just confessed to insurance fraud and hiding assets, and I recorded every word. What? Liana, slow down. He was in my taxi. He didn't recognize me. Diane, I've got him. The next morning, I sat in Diane's kitchen, playing the recording for the 5th time. This is incredible, Diane said, her eyes wide. But what do we do with it? I need a lawyer, a good one, not the pushover I had during the divorce. I know someone, Diane said, pulling out her phone. Robert Chen, no relation to Marcus, thank God. He specializes in fraud cases. He's expensive, but I don't care about the cost, I interrupted. Marcus stole my life. I'm getting it back. 2 days later, I sat across from Robert Chen in his downtown office. He was in his 50s, sharp-eyed, with graying hair and an expensive suit. Ms. Liana, I've reviewed your recording, Robert said, leaning forward. This is substantial evidence. Your ex-husband admitted to insurance fraud and concealing assets during divorce proceedings. Both are serious crimes. Can we use it in court? I asked. Absolutely. Illinois is a one-party consent state for recordings. Since you were present during the conversation, it's admissible. But I want to build an airtight case. We need more. What do you need me to do? Robert smiled. Keep driving your taxi. If he used you once without knowing, he might do it again. Meanwhile, I'll hire a private investigator to examine those offshore accounts and the warehouse fire. How long will this take? A few weeks, maybe a month. Can you be patient? I thought about Marcus laughing, about Vanessa living in my dream life, about the tiny apartment I could barely afford. I've waited 6 months already, I said. I can wait a little longer. Good, Robert said, because when we move fast. I want criminal charges, civil suits, and your divorce settlement reopened. Marcus won't know what hit him. What are my chances? I asked quietly. With this evidence? Excellent. I've seen cases won with far less. Your recording is a gold mine. Robert called 2 weeks later. Liana, we need to meet. I've got information. In his office, he spread documents across his desk. My investigator found everything. 3 offshore accounts in the Cayman Islands, totaling $1.2 million. A paper trail showing Marcus and Vanessa Richards purchased accelerant 2 weeks before the warehouse fire. Cell phone records placing them near the warehouse the night of the fire. That's enough for criminal charges, isn't it? I asked. More than enough. I've contacted Detective Sarah Mills with the Chicago Police Department's Fraud Division. She wants to meet with you. Detective Mills was a woman in her 40s, with short red hair and a no-nonsense attitude. When I met her the next day, she got straight to business. Ms. Liana, I've heard your recording and reviewed Mr. Chen's findings, she said. We want to build a case against Marcus Chen and Vanessa Richards for insurance fraud, arson, and perjury regarding the divorce proceedings. What do you need from me? I asked. Your cooperation, your testimony, and if possible, more recordings. Do you think he'd get in your taxi again? I drive the Ritz pickup route 3 times a week, I said. It's only a matter of time. Perfect. Keep your dash cam running. Document everything. If he says anything else incriminating, we want it. It took another week, but my patience paid off. Marcus called my taxi again, requesting pickup from his office building. This time, Vanessa was with him. Where to? I asked, keeping my voice neutral. Lakeshore Drive, Marcus said absently. He was on his phone again, but Vanessa started talking immediately. Marcus, are you sure about the investigator? Vanessa asked nervously. What if someone's looking into the fire? Relax, baby. I told you, it's handled. The insurance company has no grounds to investigate. The fire marshal's report was clear. Accidental electrical fire. But what about your ex-wife? What if she... Liana, Marcus laughed. She's driving a taxi somewhere, barely scraping by. She has no idea about the money. She's not smart enough to figure it out anyway. I made sure she couldn't even get a decent job after the divorce. I bit my tongue so hard I tasted blood. Besides, Marcus continued, once we get the payout next week, we're gone. New identities, new life in the islands. Nobody can touch us there. What about the lawyer fees from the divorce? Vanessa asked. Did you really hide everything? Every penny. Offshore accounts, shell companies, the works. The judge believed I was broke. My lawyer coached me perfectly. Liana walked away with $30,000 when she should have gotten $500,000. That's cold, Marcus, Vanessa said, but she was smiling. What if she ever finds out? She won't. And even if she did, what's she going to do? She can't afford a lawyer. She has no proof. I won everything, baby. My dash cam recorded every word. I dropped them off, took the fare, and immediately called Detective Mills. "I've got more," I said. "Vanessa was with him this time. They discussed the arson, the hidden assets, everything." "Perfect," Detective Mills said. "Liana, we're moving forward. Can you come to the station tomorrow? We need your formal statement, and then we'll execute search warrants." The next morning, I gave my statement at the police station. Robert Chen was there, along with Detective Mills and 2 other officers. "Based on your evidence, we have warrants for Marcus Chen and Vanessa Richards' arrest," Detective Mills explained. "We'll execute them today. We're also seizing their financial records and electronics." "How long before trial?" I asked. "These cases move fast with solid evidence," Robert said. 6 months, maybe less." "And my divorce settlement?" "We'll file motions immediately to reopen your case based on fraud. You'll get what you're owed, plus damages." That afternoon, Detective Mills called me. "It's done. Marcus Chen and Vanessa Richards are in custody. Both are being charged with insurance fraud, arson, and perjury. Marcus has additional charges for fraud and divorce proceedings." I sat down, overwhelmed. "It's really over?" "The arrests are done. Now comes the prosecution. But Liana, you did good. Most victims never with justice like this." 5 months later, I sat in a courtroom watching Marcus Chen's sentencing. He'd been found guilty on all counts. Vanessa had taken a plea deal and testified against him, which only made his situation worse. Judge Patricia Morrison looked down at Marcus with cold eyes. "Mr. Chen, you have been found guilty of insurance fraud, arson, and perjury. Do you have anything to say before sentencing?" Marcus stood, his expensive suit wrinkled, his face pale. "Your Honor, I made mistakes. I was desperate. My business was failing, and I—" "Save it, Mr. Chen," Judge Morrison interrupted. "I've heard your testimony. You weren't desperate. You were greedy. You defrauded an insurance company of $500,000. You committed arson, endangering firefighters and neighboring properties. And you lied under oath to steal from your ex-wife during divorce proceedings." "Your Honor, please, I have remorse." "Do you, Mr. Chen?" "Because the evidence shows extensive premeditation. You purchased accelerant weeks in advance. You created offshore accounts to hide assets from your wife. You coached with your lawyer on how to appear impoverished." Marcus's lawyer stood. "Your Honor, my client is willing to make full restitution." "He will make full restitution," Judge Morrison said firmly. 7 years in federal prison. Additionally, you will pay complete restitution to Midwest Insurance Company and to Ms. Liana Chen, including punitive damages for fraud. All hidden assets will be surrendered to the court." I watched Marcus's face go white. His lawyer leaned in, whispering urgently to him. "This court is adjourned," Judge Morrison said, striking her gavel. Outside the courthouse, Robert Chen approached me with a smile. "Liana, can we talk for a moment?" "Of course," I said. "Final settlement is $1.4 million. Your rightful share of the hidden assets, plus damages for fraud and defamation," Robert explained. "The money will be transferred within 30 days. "I still can't believe this is real," I said. "Believe it. Marcus will serve his full sentence, minimum 7 years, no parole eligibility for at least 5. Vanessa got 3 years for her cooperation." Diane rushed over and hugged me. "You did it! I'm so proud of you." "We did it," I corrected. "You believed me when nobody else did." Detective Mills joined us. "Ms. Liana, I wanted to congratulate you personally." "Thank you, Detective," I said, "for everything." "In my 20 years on the force, I've rarely seen a victim show this much courage," she said. "You could have let this go. Most people would have." I couldn't, I replied. He didn't just steal money. He tried to destroy who I was. And instead, you rebuilt yourself, Detective Mills said. That takes strength. What happens now? Diane asked. Now, Liana gets her life back, Robert said. New apartment, new career opportunities, and complete vindication. A week later, I was in my new apartment when my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? I answered cautiously. Ms. Liana, this is attorney James Walsh. I represent Marcus Chen. I have nothing to say to Marcus, I said immediately. Please, just listen, Walsh said. Marcus would like to speak with you. He wants to apologize for everything he did. He's experiencing genuine remorse and hopes you might consider… Consider what? Forgiving him? He understands he wronged you terribly. He just wants a chance to express his regret. Tell Marcus I said no, I said firmly. I don't accept his apology. I don't want to hear from him, and I certainly don't want to speak with him. Ms. Liana, please. What he did was unforgivable, Mr. Walsh. He committed crimes. He lied to me for years. He tried to destroy my career and my life. I hope he has 7 years in prison to think about what he did. He's very sorry. Good. He should be. But his apology means nothing to me. Don't call this number again. I hung up. That evening, Diane came over to help me unpack boxes in my new place. Marcus's lawyer called, I told her. What did he want? Diane asked. Marcus wants to apologize. Wants me to visit him or talk to him or something. What did you say? I said no, absolutely not. Good, Diane said firmly. You don't owe him anything. Not forgiveness, not closure, nothing. That's what I thought, I said. This wasn't about revenge, Di. It was about justice. What's the difference? She asked. Revenge would have been me trying to hurt him emotionally or personally. Justice was using the legal system to hold him accountable for actual crimes he committed. He deserves every day of that sentence, Diane said. He does. And you know what? I'm not the same person I was when we divorced. I'm stronger now. You really are, Diane agreed. So, what's next for you? I'm starting a consulting business, I said, helping other divorced women identify hidden assets and financial fraud. Seriously? Marcus tried to destroy my career as an accountant. Instead, he gave me real-world experience in forensic accounting that most people never get. I'm going to use it to help others. That's perfect, Liana. I even kept the blonde hair, I said, laughing. The old Liana would have just accepted defeat and moved on. The new Liana fought back and won. Have you ever discovered that someone close to you had been lying and stealing from you all along? What would you have done if you'd overheard your ex confessing to crimes in your taxi? Like and subscribe for more stories about people who refused to be victims and fought back the right way.